Today we're talking with my good friends Brandon and Lily from Solano County, about 30 minutes outside of Napa Valley. And everybody always says to me, hey, everybody's leaving California. Nobody's moving to my state. So is this going to work? Well, absolutely. They're not only people just leaving the major cities and going to just other parts of California. California is one of the largest economies in the world. And so people do still move there from out of state. But at the same time, you want to capture local business and people making those moves from outside the area. And what Brandon and Lily are going to talk about today is how just with only 219 subscribers so far, they're already generating a significant amount of business from their YouTube channel. Now, Brandon has been completely reliant on mainly referral business and Sphere. However, he was buying leads as well. But the main point he brings out in this is that he really felt like these iBuyer platforms where he bought leads from, that these clients didn't really respect him and his time. They were always calling him last minute, just come open a door for me, jump over to this side of town, jump over to that side of town. Half of them weren't serious. They were just wanting to look around. And so he really felt like he was getting burnt out on those types of clients that didn't truly respect him as a person, as to where now they're getting calls from people that want to work with them and are extremely intentional. And the cool thing about this is that Brandon was really working his Sphere, but when Lily came on board, she has a marketing background and she knew to start doing some research. And she came across our channel, saw what we were doing, and she was like, this is exactly what we need to implement in our area. So without even reaching out to us, she was like, I'm just going to copy everything they're doing pretty much, or model it, as we like to say. And that's what she started to do. But then she reached out and started to get some additional training. She purchased the Passive Prospecting book, to help increase her knowledge. And then going through the program as well is now really got them the full picture of how to make this work. But even with only 219 subscribers, they're already working multiple deals, got some deals under contract, and they're going to talk about their success, some videos that are working well for them, and what it's like to work with clients that actually want to work with you. I'm excited to share their story with you. Let's jump into the video. All right, and welcome Brandon and Lily. How are y'all today?
Doing very well. Thank you so much for having us. We are thrilled to be here.
Very excited. It's kind of surreal being here now because we've watched your channel, I think, since the beginning grow, and it's like, we're feeling now. So
Levi's the man. He started this.
You sound like our YouTube clients now. I feel like I'm watching a YouTube video, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm part of the YouTube video now.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle for sure.
Okay, cool. So it works with agents as well. Yeah.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
No, I know. And you know what? It's one of those things where people are always asking, well, I don't want agents to look at my channel, and I'm going, wait a second, agents can refer you business. So they kind of work the same way as buyers or sellers. If they watch your content and like your content, if they ever want to send business to your town, guess who they're going to call? They're going to call the person that they've been consuming content. So I don't mind it. It's I like it when agents find the channel and watch it, and we find out we've got a lot of secret agents watching or spying or taking notes, which is cool. I don't mind it. I mean, it's a public channel. That's what it's there for. You should be doing that in the first place. So let's jump into you're coming to us from Solano County, so you're really right there around wine country, right?
Yeah, so we're in Northern California. We're about 25 minutes away from Napa, wine country. We're about an hour away from San Francisco, the Bay Area, and about 40 minutes away from the capital, Sacramento. So we're in a sweet spot.
Sweet spot. And on top of that, we have Travis Air Force Base in Fairfield too. So we have a lot of different things and people constantly moving in and out. So that's why we're like, this is going to be a perfect opportunity for us.
Okay, good. Have you done your veteran benefits video?
That one we have not done yet, but we have strategically done neighborhoods around all of Travis Air Force Base.
Okay, so all of our two videos you need to do. You need to do California veterans benefits, right? And then you need to do housing, veteran housing benefits. So there's going to be a lot of benefits, for being a resident of the state of California. But you can do a separate video about just the housing benefits, right? Now you can include some of the housing benefits maybe in the California state benefits video, but then you want to break it off and really go into detail. So maybe you highlight some of the benefits there, and then you can break off and do just a housing to where you really dig into that.
Right. And like in all of our videos that you watch, I mean, pretty much we always, say you are this far from the Air Force Base. We are, the proximity is here. When Lily jumps on Google Maps often, we always point that out because, again, everyone's PCSing, and that's a big part of our business here, even before the YouTube channel itself. A lot of our, veterans.
There you go. Yeah, I'm about to redo mine. I mean, mine's actually, I didn't do a new one last year, but I did one. It was almost 2 years ago. It was one of the first videos I put out, but it's still ranked as the top video for Texas veteran benefits. And so I still get a lot of traction from that, but I know it's time to update that. So that I would definitely recommend, because you're very close to that base. I'm not even really close to a base inside of Dallas. You know, there's not a lot of activity around Dallas. It's all about an hour and a half south of me, you know, where Fort Hood is. So I would take advantage of that and put that on the top of the list for your next 2 videos.
All right, next week you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. That's what I like, taking action.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah. So let's get into a little bit of the backstory. Tell us a little bit, Brandon, you got into real estate first, right?
Yes, I did. So I got in about 7 years ago. You know, the first 5 years I joined a high producing team in my area. You know, the split was 50-50. Worked a lot off Zillow during that time. And then I left, you know, I started getting a lot of the PCRs, the past client referrals, the CCRs, current client referrals. I started really building up my sphere. And so that 50%, I was over it. Lily was over it.
Yeah.
And so EXP in their model and what they were doing, it just kind of aligned with where I wanted to go. So 2 years ago, June of 2021, jumped to EXP. And then shortly after that,
I came on board. I was sort of, as Brandon was building up his real estate business, I was in healthcare. I was either managing or consulting. So I always joke on carried the family for a little bit. And then it came to the point to where Brandon was doing so well with real estate and with going to EXP and the commission split, it made sense for me to kind of jump on board. And that's when we really looked into, like I said, social media, video, how do we grow the business?
And then going back just a little bit, you mentioned something to me earlier offline about Zillow clients.
Yeah.
Did they respect your time? Did they run you wild? And
man, if you want to be sad and if you want to be very sad and melancholy about your job and just not be the best version of yourself, pay for Zillow. You know, just the quality of people that you're getting, they're just not going to appreciate you. Mind you, you might get a couple, but the vast majority of them, they don't appreciate your time. I'm running around ragged. Lily's seeing like life being drained from me from a job that I loved, Levi. I mean, I love real estate. And sort of, you know,
I think that's been the coolest transition going into YouTube has just been the lifestyle change. Like we've been able to not go on showings all of the time. It's very, very much, I think the average, we haven't shown more than 3 homes to any YouTube client that have come to us. It's magical. Like they know exactly.
I love it. They're so decisive, right?
Yes.
I mean, YouTube clients are extremely decisive. I mean, especially if they come from out of town, they come in and one day they're like, "No, we'll take that house. No problem." You know?
Oh, they're the best.
Yeah.
They're the absolute best. And the quality of client that we're getting, Lily, right? I mean,
Huge.
just engineers, we're getting aviation, you're getting the federal government, you know, you're getting very analytical people that just know what they want. They ask a little more questions, right? But now that gives us the chance to be the area experts for them. Right. I love answering questions because, these guys know what they're doing. Yeah. And now you're not going to go anywhere else. Once that relationship is established, there's nowhere else to go. You're not going to restart your, right?
Yeah. Awesome. All right. So let's backtrack a little bit there. And first of all, how did you get into YouTube in the first place?
I guess that was sort of my job when I came on. I had the business background and we'd already done social media. You know, we're in our young 30s here. So we did Instagram and Facebook because a lot of our sphere was there. But sorry if you hear a dog in the background there. You must have Amazon coming right now. But, you know, that worked well for us. And I did a YouTube channel, but it was just one video. It was terrible, but the content was good. And about 6 months later, we got a text from someone saying they wanted to buy from us and they had to sell their $1 million house in Austin. And then we bought them a house all cash. And that's when we were like, we got to do this. And
wait, so you published one video on YouTube? One. And that was it. And you got a call 6 months later for $1 million buyer. They're like, hey, I found your one video. Okay, cool.
Yes. And closed in cash.
And they're actually really good friends of ours. So it was literally like a mix of just everything. I mean, they were great clients. They're great friends. How they came to us and how easy they were. I was like, if this is real estate with YouTube, like I'm going to do it. So that's when we started to like jump into it. And then we really started our channel, like how it is now, the last week of October of 2022.
Okay. So October, November, 2022, not the greatest time in the real estate industry, right?
No. You know, phones were not ringing. I mean, no one was doing anything around those times.
No.
Rates were high 6s, 7s, and it was just crickets. And, you know, around that time anyways, people gathering with families. It's holidays. So it was an opportunity for us really to kind of build up our channel and, do what we need to do. And fast forward from there, it was.
Yeah. As soon as those rates dropped in late January, early February, we just saw like within like 3 or 4 weeks, it was like boom, 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 boom. So that was when we were like, hey, I'm glad we stuck with this. Like we said, we were going to give it at least 6 months, but we know now too, it got a little quieter as rates went back up, but we know when they go back down, hopefully by the end of this year and even next year, we are positioning ourselves to be in such a good place in this marketplace. So we are very excited about even just the future of YouTube. And we're only like 8 months in.
Oh, we're only getting started. This is like, we're on the ground floor. We're
nice.
future happening.
And where did that, so once you decided to go onto YouTube, then, what did you start to structure videos based on, and what did you find that was working for you? And then what resources really kind of help you on the channel?
I guess the main resources we used was living in Dallas. We used a lot of your channel, honestly, and your book. I very much, like when I went to go create it, I like looking at who's doing well in it, and your channel really resonated with us, just in, I feel like how you presented and how.
Did you just find it? Were you just randomly searching on YouTube, or really?
I think I just randomly searched and I was looking at real estate
probably
agents.
I bet because we get recommended to a lot of California people as a channel, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes. I think 3 or 4 of our clients have come from Texas as well. So it's just, there's that there. So I was just Googling real estate agents on YouTube. And it was like right in the very beginning. Like I think you were a couple months in, but I could already see how well you're doing. And I saw it grow too. And what was interesting is that I was in the middle of getting my my master's in psychology with an emphasis in media marketing. And they were talking about the principles of influence and the things that you do. And I saw within like the short 2-minute intro that you do, like the social proof that you do with the reviews, when you post the reviews of how many people have used you, and from 9 to 90 days and everything that you say in there, I was like, he's literally doing the things that they're teaching in my master's class. So I kind of had an idea then that you had researched and knew what you were doing. And I was like, this is the person we're going to follow. He's done his research and it's going to help us out.
And the running joke on our side is like, she's the Levi and the Travis. I'm the closer, right? Good for me though, because I already had a lot of the book of business. And I already had a lot of the expertise and knowledge in the Zillow reviews prior to even doing YouTube.
Yeah.
So it was a nice little segue into just kind of, growing naturally, organically.
Yep.
Well, that's awesome. So, and that's what I didn't even know until, I got a random Instagram message and I'm like, thank you. And I'm like, who are these people? Yeah. And so really just go, and it's funny because I talked to somebody else, Kayla on the East Coast. She did the exact same thing, found the channel and just started, consuming it. And she was just like, okay, I'm just going to do every video he does, just do it for, North Carolina, Yep. And so you started to work through that and you started to understand and learn. So what about like SEO and optimization? Did you, because I don't talk about that on the Living in Dallas channel. So did you look at my descriptions and just try to model that, or did you not worry about it at all?
No, we definitely looked at your model and tried to emulate as much as we could. And my last job in healthcare too, as well, was med legal. So I was very, I noticed how you always had the sources and sort of certain things at the end. And I was like, yes, that is something we definitely need to make sure we have in all of our videos. I feel like we're digging a lot deeper into SEO now. Like in the beginning, we didn't do a blog with the video. And so now every single time we release a video, there's a blog that we put into Jasper or whatnot to give us the SEO optimization. And then we put that onto our website. So it's sort of grown with time. I feel like you talk about, you become more and more comfortable on video and you sort of learn how to make that business more sophisticated. So I feel like we're getting to that point now to where it's not just about the videos, but the whole picture with SEO and the thumbnails and everything else.
Yeah, the shorts, really just using that video quality and just on different platforms, right? Like I was doing Reels and Instagram way before we did the YouTube, so I kind of felt comfortable on video. But the long form is a whole different ball game, right? Getting the scripting down, being comfortable in front of the camera, it wasn't always easy in the beginning, but it gets better with consistency.
Yep.
Yeah. That's awesome. And then the book came out and you got the book, right? So,
yeah.
right here.
There.
Oh, nice. I didn't even see
that.
It's our Bible.
Yeah.
I love that. That's that's amazing. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Has it been helpful?
Absolutely. And the podcast too. Like I said, I always listen to the podcast after I drop our kids off at school on the way back home, just so I can get something. I'm like, hey, what else is this today? It always kind of keeps us motivated and focused. So thank you for that.
No, that's awesome. And so let's say 6-7 months with the channel. And as far as results, already 6 closed and 4 pending.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 6 closed.
And you got 3 kids under 6.
Yes.
Where are they now? But where are they now, by the way? I'm surprised I only heard the dog. Are they? I'm surprised they're beating down your door.
Melatonin and Benadryl go a long way, Levi. No, they're at daycare and school right now, honestly.
Okay.
They're at school.
But I had Ella, our youngest one. She was actually in our first video. You don't see her, but we were walking and doing like, I think, a pumpkin patch because it was October time. And she was in my stroller. I was walking her around. So we made it work. And we used to shoot the first couple of videos when she was taking a nap. So you find ways
no excuses, you just make it work. You just kind of, you carve out the time. Sometimes we shoot late at night, it's like 10 o'clock at night. Kids go down. Right?
Yep. Well, that's amazing. So are you still buying Zillow leads?
Heck no.
We haven't purchased a single lead in 2 years.
I made sure of never doing Zillow again. I will never do Zillow. Like I said, 6 closings.
Okay, so you cut that out before you even got into YouTube.
Yes.
Though. Okay, gotcha.
Yes. Yeah, we've been very fortunate to be referral based.
Okay.
Because Brandon grew up in Vacaville, one of the bigger cities here in Solano County. So, and between his experience in real estate, he already kind of had that sphere, and we were looking to grow it. But I think the best thing about YouTube, I think that we've seen that we weren't expecting, is that it's sort of shaped our business as far as we have like a higher price point clientele now. And I think like we were very strategic in the kind of content that we featured and the neighborhoods that we featured and how we presented information. But like the median price point in Solano County is like a little under $600,000. And the average price point for our YouTube client is $750,000.
Oh, wow.
So it's been really cool just to see it sort of like elevate our business that way. And so we're trying to, like I said, keep it going that direction. That's been nice.
And you're getting some of those, getting some of the techies from San Fran or those areas?
Yeah, the engineers, the techs. I mean, we're a huge biotech manufacturing company. We have Genentech right here, in our city, right? So, I mean, that's huge for us. Like I said, just the quality of the clientele of people that are finding us on the channel, just makes life so much easier.
Yeah.
So much easier.
I mean, it really is, right? I mean, first of all, they call you, they've already made the decision to work with you, right? They don't call you and say, or do they call you and say, hey, we're thinking about 5 other real estate agents right now?
Not at all, And
I was like, hey, Brandon and Lily.
And I think we do a good job. You're speaking to different people's, communication styles, right? You get the texting clients who text you. You get the ones that just book the Zoom call, excuse me. So you get those, you get the emails. And it's a long drafted email. We've watched your videos for quite some time now.
Yeah, that part's the best.
We know you guys. We also have kids around your age. Like, so everyone that we're finding, it's the double income, they have a good relationship with their spouse, right?
Yeah.
We have similar, interests with, cars, hiking, outdoors, drinking, having fun, just having fun. We're all about having fun and experiences.
Yeah. So that's part's been cool. Just the kind of people that we're attracting. We're literally creating a business and creating a community in itself. Like we're actually going to be doing like a YouTube like client party soon at a brewery, just because they all seem to have so much like similar, and they all want community. So that's sort of what we're trying to add to that as well. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I imagine everybody in that area, that's all they do is watch YouTube. I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
So that's good, especially whenever they start their home search, you get those, the more tech-minded people. And I mean, that whole area is just, I mean, really the birthplace of it all right there anyways. I mean, so I guess YouTube was probably started down the street there.
No, exactly. Yeah. With the pandemic, everything happening, we're seeing a big exodus of, the Bay Area folks coming this way. They want more home. They want more, more space. It's remote work now.
Yep.
And we're that affordable city that are still close to, the Bay Area, but yet, having more.
Yeah, I mean, that's $600,000, that median price point. It's actually very affordable considering it's close. You go to San Francisco, it gets very, very pricey. Benicia, which is a waterfront city that's technically still in Solano County, but it's like 30 minutes away from San Francisco. It's, the median price point there is more like $800,000. And that's even cheap, like I said. So we're seeing a lot of people come that way. And I think YouTube's been really cool because I think we're seeing like the future of our housing market and what the demographics look like, but we're seeing that before with YouTube kind of come in, because I think like our sphere and what the people that we've seen grow up in Vacaville and in Solano County, it's shifting. They're not moving as much. They have those 3% mortgage rates, right? Versus the people that are coming in from YouTube, it's like, this is going to be sort of the new Solano County.
Yeah, and they're not really affected by the rates, right? The people that are coming from YouTube, they've sold a house in, South Carolina. They sold a house in Austin. They have the money. Like no one at all, Levi, is flinching at rates.
Yeah.
Right. All my sphere and people that are here, they're like, oh, we're going to wait a little.
Wait, why are they moving from Texas to California?
I don't know.
We don't ask questions. We just close the deal.
Yeah, they must not look at Dallas.
They
They
didn't
didn't look
look
at
at
Dallas.
Dallas.
They just looked at Houston, maybe. Who knows?
Nice. Okay, so what's been your most one or two most popular videos?
I would say our North Vacaville vlog that we did, and
Okay,
then
so you got a blog.
And that's the thing. The other agent in our marketplace that was doing it, they weren't doing any vlogs. It was just office shots with some B-roll. So
Right.
and that's where we were like, this is where we can do well. I mean, we like walking anyway, so we're like, perfect. This is right up our alley. But that one, and then we also did a vlog of a new construction home that we actually have already sold somebody through. It's called One Lake, but it's basically this huge community with not just homes, but literally a lake, a gym, a pool, spa. There's a garden. There's going to be a restaurant there. There's a coffee shop there. So
it's like its own little city within the city, right? So it's really cool. The amenities are off the wall.
Top two right there.
And so that's gotten a ton of traffic.
Okay, cool. So
and what's cool about that too, Levi, to piggyback off that community is the people within that are selling the homes, the builders, they want us to do a video on the next subdivision
That's true.
coming up. So just the opportunities that arise from YouTube itself. I mean, we spoke to the mayor the other day about our channel and what we're doing. Now he wants, he loved it, right?
Yeah, he was
wants
just
us to-
interested. He's like, oh, these are the kind of people that are coming here. Like, who are we attracting, right? And I feel like we never could have had that long of a
Not
conversation
at all.
with these kind of people unless we had a value, something to give them. So I feel like that channel gives us that. It gives you that edge on top of bringing you business. It's fun.
that's amazing. So is there anything that you've learned on your YouTube journey so far that maybe I don't mention in the book, or you've seen? Are you paving new paths? Is there anything you found out or so far, or are you just kind of just continually making the videos and just trying to make better content?
Yeah, I think it's just learning and growing. I will say something that I spend more time with than maybe I've read or seen is just building the content.
Okay.
I was a history major too, and I'm a little bit more thorough. And I do feel like I spend more time trying to get more stats and information in our videos because, again, I feel like we're trying to attract certain kind of client. But I do feel like, there's a lot there. I feel like that maybe can be almost just as much of a reason for someone not to do YouTube as I don't want to get on video. I don't want to do the work and go on some websites, as silly as it sounds, but like maybe I don't want to do all these things and collate all this information together. And how do I make it? For me, it was very natural because I wrote a lot in college. So I knew like beginning, middle, end, have concrete evidence here. Like I kind of already had that structure in my mind of how to create a script almost, which is what you're doing for YouTube. So I feel like that part was good, but I would say, yeah, maybe just becoming a little bit more comfortable with that. But now we have AI. So
are you using AI?
a little bit.
Okay.
A little bit. We use it for some things, but it's
Something.
hard.
It's very minimal though, and sometimes the AI is off, right?
It's
the facts aren't there. It's wrong facts, so we really don't rely on that. Lily does a lot of the scripting. While I'm doing other client stuff on my end.
Is the research you're doing for your channel helping you become a better expert
100%.
in your area?
It's funny. I mean, that's the agent. That's the agent you should be already. But YouTube makes you become the best person growing wise, right? Growth is being comfortable and just being the best agent possible. It's knowing the price per square foot in a certain area, knowing what the school ratings are. This city versus that city.
And I feel like you create more connections in your local community as well. Like, again, half of our clients, both from YouTube and in our local database, they've all gone to new homes because like a sort of a national trend, right? There's not a lot of resale. Right now in our county, there's only like 400 homes for sale. We're at like 2 months worth of inventory. So a lot of people are doing new builds. And so we've been doing a lot of video on new builds. And with that, we're creating relationships with all these different sales reps and we're bringing them buyers. And they're like, great. Like you said, go do this. We'll give you an inside track on this. There's so many. I feel like the one thing I didn't see coming with YouTube, it's just there's so many other things that come to you and business can grow in other ways besides just getting clients.
The doors that open up.
Yes.
Right.
It's been amazing. And that's like how it's shaped our business. Like we want to kind of maybe go a little more into luxury. So we're lining up some luxury tours to do that are very similar. Like I asked, she's like, what kind of videos do you want to do? And I sent her the kind of videos that you guys do. I was like, this kind of video, this is what it's going to look like.
Yep. Absolutely. That's yeah. I mean, we're actually filming, I think one or two $4 million properties tomorrow. So, and I got reached out, it's funny. I got reached out by an agent as well. They're having trouble selling their listings. She's like, I got multiple listings,
Right.
having trouble selling them. Was wondering if you'll come over and film them, and then maybe we can talk some commission splits, things like that. So even those types of opportunities can start popping up. But I will say, yes, down the road, when you get a year or two into this, then the opportunities are going to be even greater, because we're getting approached all the time with a lot of opportunities, and they're really good ones. Now we're being very strategic and mindful as well about, partnerships or opportunities that we want to pick and choose on, but it's nice to have the options. And it's amazing how impressed people are with the YouTube channel. It's like you get some traction, you show some, you do some business, and they're like, wow, they're blown away by it. So even people that I think are way far ahead of us, most of them have not necessarily mastered the YouTube game. So, it becomes just this attraction factor for, improving your business and opportunities. So yeah, stay consistent at it, and a lot more doors will be opening up down the road.
Yeah. I mean, we got called a local celebrity at a park. We were shooting a park, and a woman had come from England, and she watched our videos. And, like you said, you're not going to get everybody, Levi. We didn't get her. She bought a new build, which is why. But she's like, you guys are from the YouTube channel, right? I'm like, that's us. This is so unreal. Can I take a picture with you? Just to my husband. So
yeah,
they took a picture of us, and it was a great feeling.
Through all the business we've done, I just moved into a new house in one of the North Dallas neighborhoods, and it's where we help a lot of clients. Three of my neighbors, including my new next door neighbor, and one across the street, 2 doors down, another one across the street. As soon as I was around, they were, different times they come up and they're like, are you Levi from YouTube? I'm like, yeah, that's me. And I'm like, I'm sorry, you don't look familiar. Did you call us? And they're, all of them had watched the channel, watched every video according to them, but then they used a different agent. And I was like, all right, well, don't let that happen again. So
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
And that's the thing I always tell people, you never know who doesn't want to work with you or doesn't work with you. It's not that they don't want to. They actually, each of them had a okay story, right? They had a friend or a family member, somebody that they worked with. And of course, most of the time, a lot of people know an agent, but the ones that don't and are looking in our area, we capture most of those. But so that was it. They're like, oh, well, we already had an agent, or we had been referred to somebody, or we were using a friend's, or, so I was like, okay, I'll let it slide this time. But if you go to sell, I'm right here watching you. So it's funny, but yeah, I mean, I can imagine the amount of business we miss out on. And I don't want to say miss out on, because we don't know. We never chased anybody down. We're not calling people all day. So we just don't know. But I know it's a lot more than probably we get. So it's amazing.
Yeah. But would you believe us if we told you that we found our neighbor? I mean, our neighbor found us on YouTube?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. She found us. And they moved from Houston too as well, but they found us on YouTube, and then they reached out to us on Instagram. And at first they said, we have a realtor, and they kind of did, but they were like, can we just pay for your consulting fees? Because we saw what a neighborhood expert you guys were. And then we kind of had that conversation of, hey, there's a referral fee. And we actually mentioned that in a video, like right after we had that conversation, we're like, we need to start mentioning that in the video so we can get some of this business. So we just gave her a referral fee, and she bought a very nice house, and now we have awesome neighbors next door.
Yeah, we actually we just got a $5 million referral today, and it was somebody that they said, well, actually, I'd referred my clients to another agent, and but they don't like them, so they are falling out of escrow apparently on a deal, and so they're like, look, we're gonna shift them over to you if that's okay. I was like,
oh, I guess so.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that. Sure. Okay.
We'll make it work.
We'll make it work as well. Yeah.
Let me check the schedule.
Exactly.
So it's good. Any other advice, any other wise words you have for other aspiring real estate YouTubers out there?
I would say stay consistent. don't worry about subscribers or people commenting, because I think everyone, for the most part, maybe like one or two exceptions, but anyone who's actually bought a house from us, they haven't even subscribed to our channel, right? And we knew that. We knew it was sort of a vanity metric, and we weren't concerned with it. But it's just stay consistent on the content. I think the thing that I learned the most was it really be strategic with the content that you want to put out and where you want your business to go. You know, if you want to focus on first-time home buyers, do a lot of first-time home buyers in neighborhoods that, you know, reflect that. If you're trying to do, like I said, luxury or whatever it is, I found that because of the neighborhoods like we're focusing on, we are literally getting that back. So I think that has been a very positive thing that I did not expect.
Yeah, and on camera, I would say just be you. Honestly, it's kind of nice having two people like Lily and I. You know, most people don't have an extra person, and Lily, you know, we've been married for quite some time, so we have pretty good chemistry, right? And so inject that humor, like be who you are, because again, who you are, you're gonna like attracts like, right? You're gonna find your tribe that way.
Yep.
On top of it, as I said, being consistent. Don't look for something to happen overnight. Just keep doing the things, the right things, day in and day out, right? You are gonna fail. You're gonna fail upward, and everything's a learning lesson. But take what you learn and pivot and keep moving. Honestly.
Well, I think that to your point, like being yourself, I think it's really important because Levi, you mentioned it earlier in the podcast about other realtors seeing your stuff, or real estate agents starting, and they will do. We know that's inevitable. There's going to be more and more people that start doing this. And by us being ourselves, we are creating a unique value proposition. So the more we are ourselves, like they might be able to say the same information, but how are they saying it? How are they presenting it?
Right.
Like, what are the things that you can do in your YouTube channel and your videos to make you unique and stand out among the other people that, even if they're not doing it now, they probably will be doing it. So
yeah, start today. You know, don't wait, 2-3 months, start today. Push the film button. It won't be the best video, but it will be a video, and you will find someone that, just watch it for what it is and keep growing, keep getting better.
there you go.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned nobody's been subscribed to your channel, and that's I found out that hard lesson, or an interesting lesson, I would say. We had a client in town, and they kept asking a lot of questions that I just said, hey, and answered them, of course, but I was like, by the way, did you see the last video I put out? I really kind of cover a lot of these subjects and questions you're asking. And they're like, no, I didn't see it. And I said, well, you're subscribed to the channel, right? And they go, no, we never subscribed. And I learned, okay, so here's somebody watched our content, flew into town, called us, now we're working with them, about to put a deal under contract, and never subscribed. And so I think we assume that just because people call us or text us or things like that, but yet you look at the analytics, I know on our channel, and many people I talk to that have channels as well, it's typically like 85-15 ratio, like 85% of your viewers are not subscribed to the channel. So really that tells us that our audience could be 4 to 5 times bigger than our subscriber count. So you think about that, just multiply your subscriber count by 4 to 5, and that's really probably who you have consuming your content. And that's why it can compound over time, and you're going to just continually build that machine to work for you, so that you can run around with your 3 kids under 6 and worry about prospecting all day.
Yeah, like I said, just worry on the right metrics. Our client that we just got into new build, they're like, he had us over for dinner, he made us lamb, and he was like, oh, I stopped watching your YouTube channel as soon as I bought a house. But what he said was, by the way, like, we're veterans, we're a part of all of these groups online. We didn't even ask him. He was just like, I'll put your guys' names out there in all of the groups. So I was like, I would much rather have that than have you subscribe to my channel. Like that is much more valuable to me in my business than you subscribing. So
I think we're doing pretty well with 219 subscribers today.
Yeah.
219 in the amount of
smaller
6 closing.
Well, I mean, 10 deals and 2. Yeah, I would take that all day long. Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, numbers really don't matter. Don't focus on the subscribers. Just keep putting out the content, and the subscribers will eventually follow. But it's been a fun journey, Levi. I mean, we're having so much fun. Yeah, we really are. I mean, real estate can be fun, and it can be different. And you really show us that it paved the way. Yeah. So we appreciate that.
Well, you're welcome. Thanks. I appreciate that, even though I never knew about it. So I like it. So thanks. Well, it's amazing. Thanks for sharing your story with us today. I know this is going to provide a lot of encouragement to others as well. And that's really amazing. 219 subscribers, but 10 deals in a few short months. I mean, I can't wait to see what else comes from the channel and hear of more success. So yeah, thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you on YouTube, right?
Yeah, I'll see you on YouTube.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.